Hello, time for a new adventure. I just got off the bus here at the bus station in this town of Arjeplog in northern Sweden. So now I'm just looking for a gas station to fill up my water bottles and then I'll be on my way. Found the gas station. Five minutes into the ride and I'm lost already. No, seriously, I just took this gravel road to check out a nice hiking area up here that you can take a bridge over the small lakes around here. So I'm gonna check that out. These streams that go between the big lakes up here are idyllic for fishing. For instance, you could catch salmon here if you want. One of the purposes of making this short trip this weekend was to kind of showcase northern Sweden. Like here, I'm just barely 5 minutes outside this town of Arjeplog and I'm in like complete wilderness. So that's one of the benefits of living up here in northern Sweden. You just like go for 5 minutes and then you're like out in this beautiful landscape. This is also a nice thing about living in Sweden. We have these shelters like everywhere in Sweden, hundreds of them. So you can just find them like this and you can have a barbecue or over there. They're usually stocked with the firewood. I guess this small house over here is probably where you can get some firewood. And you can have a barbecue, or if you just want you can like put up your tent if it rains in the shelter. And it's like totally free and everyone's able to use them. As long as you only stay for one night, you're okay. Okay, I'm gonna check this cabin out to see what we can find. Oops, hard to open. Behind door number 1 we find a toilet. we go to the back, see. Oh, here's the woodshed, like I suspected. So you're just free to pick firewood from this place. As soon as it starts to get empty, they just replenish it. So this would be kind of a dream place to stay at tonight, but unfortunately we still have a lot of hours before it's time to go to bed, so I'm gonna carry on for a couple of hours before I put up my tent. I have like no idea where I'm ending up, but it's a fun little detour, this one. Riding on rails. I think we've reached the end of the boardwalk now. I think I forgot to, in the beginning of the video, talk about the basics of this little trip that I'm doing the next 3 days. This lake that you can see behind me, or river or something, that's actually a river called the Skellefteå River, and that river meets the ocean in my hometown of Skellefteå. Here you can see the river. So the idea was to take a bus up to the town of Arjeplog and then cycle my way back. I arrived in Arjeplog at around 5 p.m. but I had done almost 40 kilometers back home in my town of Skellefteå before I got on the bus back and forth to work in the morning. So now it's like 7 o'clock in the evening, but that's no problem over here because right now the midnight sun should be shining all night. Now it's a bit overcast and cloudy, but it's still gonna be light the whole night. The sun never sets, so. And like traffic-wise, it's hardly any cars here. You get passed by a caravan or RV like every 5 minutes or so, and then it's just totally empty. So that's really nice. You don't have to like be afraid of the cars. The nice thing about today's ride is that I'm riding along 3 of the biggest lakes in Sweden. This one to my right is called Tjäkkjokk, and I've already passed a lake called Storavan up by Arjeplog, and that's Sweden's deepest lake. That is, I think it's like 220 meters deep. I've just run into my first reindeer of the trip. Look over here, they're eating grass at the side of the road. Of the few cars that passed me, almost all of them are from Norway. A lot of caravans and RVs as well. So they're going down to the coast of the Bothnic Bay because the weather this time of year is really bad in Norway. So it's usually a lot warmer and sunnier down where I live. So we have a lot of Norwegian tourists during these couple of coming weeks. So it's almost 9 o'clock now in the evening, and I'm almost at 80 kilometers for the day. So I think I'm gonna start looking for a spot to pitch my tent for the night. I've been cycling along this huge lake called Storavan for the last half hour or so, but I'm even though I've cycled along it, I'm still like 500 meters from the lake, so I haven't really seen anything yet. I just turned off from the main road. Oh, look at this. Just found a friend as I turned off from the main road. I'm gonna follow this little road here. That should lead me to the shoreline. See if I can find some good place to put up my tent. It looks curious. I had to change into my like rain gear because the mosquitoes were eating me alive, like literally. I had like 50 of them on each leg. So I'm going like this until I get inside the tent. Tent is finally set up. I had to battle like a few thousand mosquitoes to get down here, but I think it was well worth it. I found a really nice spot just by the shoreline of this really big lake here, and it was there are still some mosquitoes here, but a lot less than the little trail I had to go through to get here. Hopefully I'll still be able to cook my dinner. I'm just gonna put some mosquito repellent on me, so I think I'll be fine. Then the plan is to jump inside the tent, eat some food and watch the second half of the World Cup game between Brazil and Belgium. Well, it's time to round off this day. It was a really nice day of cycling. From Arjeplog I cycled 50 kilometers to get to this beautiful place. And before that I cycled about 35 kilometers back home until I jumped on the bus. The bus cost me 25 euros to go between Skellefteå and Sweden, and that's approximately 250 kilometers. And the bus ride took around 3 hours. They were supposed to charge me 5 euros for the bike, but I had no problem getting it on for free. The bus driver just told me just put it back there. If there's place for the bike, you can carry it on for free. It's almost 11 p.m. in the evening now, and as you can see the sun is still shining, and it's like this every night up here. We're almost up at the Arctic Circle, so the nights around this time of year are really nice. Yeah, the riding was really good today. The only bad part was like the 50 minutes I had to walk along a hiking path to find this place where I battled thousands and again thousands of mosquitoes. But as soon as I found this place, everything turned a lot better, because this is I think it's the 8th biggest lake in Sweden, so you get a nice breeze from the lake that kind of scares the mosquitoes away. Tomorrow I'll cycle on for approximately 100 kilometers. The first sizable town is called Malå, and that's like 75 kilometers from here. And I'm aiming to be in Malå at around 4 p.m. because Sweden plays England in the quarterfinals of the World Cup then. So I'm looking forward to getting a pizza and watching the game there. And after that I'll probably carry on and go a bit further east. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to another great day of cycling tomorrow, and see you then.